Hello and welcome to the transcription explanation of this design. It was done using Loren Sherman's script, which uses a combination of dot modifiers, like these, and line modifiers, which can either be straight lines, like these, or even curve around, like these. And anyway, these different modifiers are combined with 4 different shaped letter stems to make the consonants. And one of the stems is a shallow divot, like this one. And this very first letter, letter order and word order. You start reading words at the bottom of the word circle and then go counterclockwise, like a time traveler going back in time. So that's why in this first word, here's the bottom of it on our first letter, and then our next letter's here, then here, and then here. And then our next word's here, and then our third word's here. And there's also some little words hanging around the outside like that. And the order of if you read the inner words or the outer words doesn't really matter in this design because this says barbershop and then these are Slick and Lyle's. So Slick and Lyle's barbershop is what this says. So let's go ahead and start looking at them letter by letter. So this first letter, like I said before, is a shallow divot shape like this. And if we look on this line and we count up every single line that ends on it, and there's 1, 2, 3 lines that end on it, so that makes it an S. And then if we continue around, here's our next letter. It's a circle inside the word circle, so we're in this second row up here. And there are 1, 2, 3 dots to that, so that makes it an L. And then we continue around. Here we have a little circle, so it's a vowel, and it's all by itself, just hanging out on the word circle line. So it's in this position. And there's a line attached to it. That line is going inwards, making it an I, because I is like E, but with a line going in. So here's the I, and now we have these letters here. There are 2 letters, the thin line and the thick line, and they're stacked on top of each other. And consonant stems, if stacked, you read thin to thick. So we have a thick line and a thin line. So this thin one is what we read first, because we read thin to thick. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4 dots with that thin one. So that's a C. Right here. And then the thick one, 1, 2 dots, is a K. So S-L-I-C-K stacked. So this is slick, and here we have our next word. Bottom of it's here. It's a little circle, so it's a vowel, and it's outside the word circle, so it's an A. So our first letter is an A. Continue around. Here's a circle inside the word circle, and it's got 1 line on it, so that makes it an N. And then here we have a deep divot, so like an omega shape, so that top row here. And there are 1, 2, 3 dots next to that, making it a D. So this is the word and here we have our last word. Bottom of it is here. This kind of borders the bottom of the word circle. So this is almost the first letter, but if we look at the middle of the word circle, right here is the very bottom. This little tiny bit right here is the very bottom. And because this doesn't cross that 6 o'clock line, it's not read first. However, this one does cross that 6 o'clock line. It's very close, very narrow. Anyway, here we have our actual first letter here. It's inside the word circle. And it's got 3 dots, making it an L. And then our next letter is this circle on the line of the word circle. So we're in this row, and it's important that these border circles don't end on this letter, otherwise they would count as lines, but they're not connecting, so they don't count. There are 2 dots by it though, so that makes it a Y in the bottom row here. Here's another L, just like this L. And then we have an E all by itself on the line of the word circle with no modifiers. And then we have these 2 lines, and they connect up to the word circle between the E and the S. I don't have any sentence punctuation marks or anything written on this pocket guide, but a double parallel line is an apostrophe, so that's the apostrophe between the E and the S. 1, 2, 3 lines on this S makes it L-Y-L-E-S, so Lyle's. So Slick and Lyle's. And then we have these words going around the outside, so bottom of the word circle's here, and this is like one really big word circle. So the one word is just big and has the other words in front of it. And our first letter at the bottom is a deep divot shape with no modifiers. So that is the letter B. Then we have an A outside the word circle, just like the A in and. And here we have 1, 2, 3 dots on a shallow divot, making it an R. Here's another B, just like that one. Here's an E hanging out on the line of the word circle, just like this E. And then we have another R, just like that one. So it's barber, and then continuing around. Here's our next letter. It's a shallow divot, so we're in this row here. And there are 2 dots on it, so that makes it an SH. And then we have an O hanging out inside the word circle. Then our very last letter is a circle inside the word circle with 2 lines. So that makes it a P. So this is barbershop. So Slick and Lyle's barbershop. And these around the outside are just decoration. Excuse me. They're just decoration around the outside. If you were to try to read them, this would be like a T and an O. So this would be like 2 with some word bits that are completely hidden. But anyway, this is just some decoration. And this doesn't have anything that you can read on it. It could be like, I don't know. This doesn't say anything because there's no letter stems that are complete that you can see. Anyway, this is to fill up the corners. This is designed to be in a 12 by 8 inch thing or a 3 by 4. That's the ratio of the design, so it can be pretty darn usable as far as whatever final canvas, if you want it on a final canvas, you choose to put it on. So yeah, Slick and Lyle's barbershop. That's that. I hope you like it.